LPBW. Are Amy and Chris Marek still united after 3 years of matrimony? Current life status and position. Greetings, viewers. Welcome back to my channel. For the most recent news updates, kindly subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. Amy became a participant in the Little People Big World series as Matt Roloff's spouse. She wed Chris Marek following several years post-divorce. The LPBW stars have been wed for more than 3 years. Amy and Chris emerged as audience favorites due to their remarkable chemistry and connection. Fans enjoy observing the former individual thriving in her life. She encountered numerous challenges in her former marriage. The actress addressed Matt's purported infidelity over multiple media. Consequently, people appreciate witnessing Amy receive affection and care from her spouse. They embark on a trip and enjoy themselves. Chris shares a strong connection with his wife's children. Fans are eager to ascertain the status of the couple's marriage. Are they still enduring? What is their current location? What information do we possess regarding them? LPBW. Amy and Chris organize a special family reunion. Amy and Chris, stars of LPBW, have become inseparable following their marriage in August 2021. The former maintains an excellent rapport with his wife's children and grandchildren. He frequently visits them and enjoys their company. Recently, Matt and Amy astonished their admirers following their unique Thanksgiving celebration. They opted to gather all their children at home. The family has not been seen together for an extended period due to the continuous conflict with Matt. Zach also evaded numerous family events to circumvent his siblings. Consequently, many were astonished to see Zach, Jacob, and Jeremy alongside their families in the same image. Amy shared the uncommon family photograph with her followers and expressed her fondness for the experience. Fans enjoyed observing Chris and Amy celebrate Thanksgiving with their family and friends. LPBW. Amy and Chris reveal heartwarming insights from their recent retreat. Amy and Chris are avid travelers. They like traveling and exhibiting their remarkable lifestyles. The actors of Little People Big World were in a relationship for nearly 5 years prior to their marriage. Amy and Chris are currently embracing each moment of their lives and realizing their aspirations. They frequently embark on excursions to enjoy one another's company. The LPBW stars will celebrate their 4th wedding anniversary in August this year. Amy and Chris ensure that every moment together is memorable. They recently traveled to Mexico for a vacation. Consequently, the former exhibited numerous endearing moments with her hubby through a video clip. She expressed gratitude to her friends, Lisa and Art, for their hospitality in Cabo, Mexico. The reality TV star conveyed their enjoyment of one another's company in the metropolis. Amy stated, "TL next time homeward bound today, Cabo love." Fans expressed admiration for Amy and Chris enjoying their vacation together. They delighted in witnessing the former receive abundant affection from her new spouse. One admirer remarked, "Aw, you two are exceedingly charming together." Another individual conveyed their longing to see them on the program. Additionally, another fan remarked on the splendid appearance of Amy and Chris together. Did you appreciate the most recent updates from Chris and Amy? Do you also desire to see them united perpetually? We invite you to express your opinions in the comments section below. Continuously visit TV season and spoilers for further insights on Amy and Chris' fulfilling existence. Amy Roloff has undoubtedly shattered numerous hearts when addressing the future of Little People Big World. The reality star asserted that the likelihood of the successful reality show producing additional episodes is minimal due to developments in the cast's lives. Amy Roloff will join her son Zach Roloff and his wife Tori, who temporarily departed from the reality show earlier this year. Amy uploaded an extensive video declaring that her family has chosen to withdraw from constant media exposure. The video featured an extensive caption that partially stated she articulated that her family required respite from the tumult of reality television, stating, "Parenthood entails guiding your children to discover their own trajectories, and I am here to facilitate that process." The television star imparted a significant life lesson she has acquired: to go gradually, particularly during challenging times. I really believe in discovering the inner resilience that sustains one's grounding and optimism. My faith has consistently been paramount to me. However, for you, It may be anything that elevates your spirits and sustains your motivation, Amy concluded. She expressed gratitude to her followers for their years of support and asserted that their affection is of paramount significance to her. The celebrities' comment area was inundated with ardent fans of the show who conveyed their yearning for additional entertainment from the family. One individual remarked, "Why not exclude the children and include only the adults, specifically you, Chris, Matt, and Caryn? I would prefer to watch that rather than the children. I am interested in your exploits, as you belong to my age group, whereas Zach and Tori do not engage my interest." A different viewer remarked, "It is unfortunate that Zach and Tori are unable to resolve their conflict regarding the farm with Matt and Caryn. This situation has essentially tarnished the show and adversely affected the children." Another reviewer implored Amy to contemplate producing a series finale episode for the sake of cultural significance, while this fan expressed gratitude for Amy's opportunity to share her life with the world over 25 seasons, admitting to having learned so much. The show and the family were enjoyable. However, I hope Zach and Tori exhibit more kindness towards Matt. Chris is exceptional, serving as a wonderful husband to Amy. It is unfortunate that there will be no more episodes, another admirer stated. The user presented the realty star with flowers, stating, "Amy, you illuminate every environment you inhabit. Much affection to you and Chris. Your children are remarkable due to your compassion." In February, The Blast reported that the couple announced their departure from the show on their podcast, Raising Heights, during the broadcast of the 25th season. The podcaster initiated a deeply personal dialogue by stating, "Let us address the obvious issue. Are we returning to Little People, Big World?" Zach replied, "We are not. We clarified that during the previous cycle." Tori subsequently clarified that although the choice was made collaboratively and presented on the show, it was necessary to inform the audience of their current circumstances. "We will not return to Little People, Big World. We have concluded that chapter of our lives," the mother of three stated. Zach indicated that he anticipated the fans would foresee the decision owing to the array of challenges their family encountered in recent seasons. He asserted that no circumstances would alter his decision to depart from the show or return for an appearance, as they had unequivocally indicated their conclusion regarding that phase of their lives for various reasons. The recent period was challenging due to familial issues and the agricultural transaction, and we have concluded that chapter. "We have progressed," the former TLC star remarked. Zach and Tori's departure was motivated by the necessity to safeguard their children's privacy and to obtain essential distance from the other Roloffs. The reality star's choice to sever ties with his family was displeasing to Matt, particularly during the preparations for his Dwarf Athletic Association of America fundraiser event. The Blast conveyed his dismay at Amy's unfavorable reply following his inquiry about if his eldest son and his wife expressed interest in attending the event. Amy attempted to mitigate the problem by asserting that Zach and his wife had communicated their prior commitments for the weekend, which conflicted with their father's event. Matt remained unconvinced by the rationale, asserting that the impromptu excursion was instigated by him. They intended to devise alternative plans. "I believe they ensured they possessed a credible alibi," remarked the discontented Roloff father. With the conclusion of the show and the alleviation of pressure, will the Roloff family reconcile and address their conflicts? Zach and Tori Roloff of Little People, Big World criticized by fans following disclosure of miscarriage experience. Zach and Tori Roloff, stars of Little People, Big World, faced criticism from fans after expressing their views on abortion when recounting their miscarriage in a recent podcast episode. Tori, 33, articulated, "To me, pregnancy signifies the presence of a baby, and when we lost that baby, it felt as though we lost a part of our family." When sharing a clip from the couple's Raising Heights podcast on Instagram on Tuesday, July, the photographer appears to be referencing the miscarriage she endured in March 2021, but she did not indicate when the loss occurred prior to the arrival of her third child. "Prior to this situation, I was largely apolitical. However, she conveyed to her husband that her experience in that room, coupled with her trauma, rendered the situation starkly dichotomous. I find this unacceptable. I would never elect to occupy this place, and I cannot comprehend how someone would prefer to be in that room." Zach, 34, acknowledged a small percentage of cases involving women who became pregnant following sexual assault, likening the scenario to operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol. If I consume alcohol at the bar and subsequently drive, resulting in an accident, I will face incarceration. It is a consequence I have accepted, Zach replied. We do not consider that the decision to engage in sexual activity was indeed a choice. We aim to select the consequence, the result. Tori emphasized that this is why she found it difficult to accept the notion that abortion constitutes healthcare, stating, "It's like no, 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 no." Viewers promptly inundated the comment section to express their opinions, criticizing the TLC stars for their privileged perspectives. Affirmative, completed. When you impose your beliefs on others, I will no longer engage with you. Farewell, one user articulated. Concurrently, another user remarked, "You essentially obtain healthcare through a dilation and curettage procedure following a miscarriage. That is subject to removal in the event of an abortion prohibition. The duplicity is disconcerting in this context." Tori responded directly to the apathy in the comments, stating, "I completely understand this perspective, and in that regard, I recognize its necessity." Upon listening to the entire audio, you will recognize that this was not the subject of my discussion. I was referring to the women who opt to be in that room. In a subsequent answer, she stated, "This podcast is exclusively dedicated to articulating our passions." Tori and Zach, married in 2015, have 3 offspring, Jackson, Lila, and Josiah. Tori has candidly discussed the miscarriage she endured prior to the birth of their 3rd son, Josiah, in April 2022. "I had never experienced loss as profoundly as I did at that moment. I have never experienced such profound sadness, anger, and fear simultaneously," she conveyed to her Instagram followers in March 2021. "I exhibited no indications of losing our cherished infant, and nothing could have equipped me for the news of our beloved baby's demise." The former educator expressed that despite her profound sorrow at the tragic pregnancy loss, she derived solace from the belief that he or she is with our Savior and I will meet them one day. "My husband has been my steadfast support throughout this entire journey. He has supported me throughout everything, and I could not have achieved this without him," the Oregon native concluded. "The only positive aspect in this situation is the acknowledgement of our profound blessings. We possess 2 joyful, healthy, and flourishing children, and I recognize that this privilege is not available to all. We have 2 children whom we must embrace and cherish daily." Fans of Little People Big World have been speculating for years on when Matt Roloff will transfer ownership of the farm to one of his sons. According to the most recent information circulating, it appears that fans have ultimately received their answer. What information do we now possess? Fans of Little People Big World may recall the significant controversy in earlier seasons concerning the ultimately unsuccessful sale of a segment of Roloff Farms to Jeremy Roloff and Zach Roloff. This generated considerable discord and turmoil inside the Roloff family, a situation that persists to the present day. Due to the unsuccessful sale of a segment of Roloff Farms, Zach Roloff and Tori Roloff relocated their family to Battleground, Washington, distancing themselves from Matt Roloff. Zach and Tori claimed their decision was for independence, however many perceived it as retribution against Matt Roloff. Recent developments regarding Little People Big World indicate that Matt has formally identified his successor in his youngest son, Jacob Roloff. Jacob recently shared a surprise and revealing update on social media, accompanied by much commentary. Jacob Roloff stated, 28 today, concentrating on Mateo and agricultural development. It has been 10 years since I ceased signing the television contract, and it now appears feasible that the farm can serve a purpose beyond merely being a set, functioning instead as an actual farm. Moreover, it is something I can support and direct. Secure commitment. Numerous indications have emerged suggesting that Matt Roloff has been preparing his youngest son to assume control of the farm, and Jacob's newest report appears to corroborate this notion. Jacob Roloff's recent post has elicited several reactions from fans of Little People Big World, many of whom have openly expressed their opinions. Nonetheless, the overwhelming majority of the responses have been kind, which is uncommon with his family. A commentator remarked, "Jacob is committing to assume control of the farm on his birthday." Another commenter interjected, stating, "Oh, I hope he obtains it. He's the most deserving individual based on my observations over the years." A third individual remarked, "If Jacob is genuinely exerting effort in managing the farm, he ought to be the one receiving it." What is your opinion on Matt Roloff apparently designating his successor? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. For the most recent updates on Little People Big World, return to TV Shows Ace for additional information. Zach Roloff concludes family disputes on Little People Big World. Zach and Tori Roloff seem to have definitively concluded their involvement with Little People Big World. Zach, the youngest offspring of Matt and Amy Roloff, will cease to participate in the TLC series alongside his wife and children, choosing instead to disclose his personal life through his and Tori's new podcast. After participating in the show since 2006, the 30-year-old father of two seems to have reached his limit following a dispute with his father, Matt Roloff, concerning the family farm. Last year, Zach proposed $1.6 million to his father for the family property. Matt Roloff demanded $4 million and was unwilling to relinquish the renowned mansion and property. The Roloff farm is now available for rental through Booking.com, Airbnb, and other platforms. Matt's choice to retain the property instead of bequeathing it to one of his kids has strained his relationship with Zach and potentially some of his other children, who have distanced themselves from the program years prior. Zach Roloff has indicated that being the sole child remaining on the program and managing the effects of his parents' divorce has adversely impacted him. "It is time to take a respite, apart from my family, as is well documented," Zach stated. Zach stated, "The farm deal was finalized, along with other matters, in my view." He also expressed that navigating the situation between his separated parents at his age is also a source of stress. "No one engages in that behavior at the age of 30, he stated. This appears to be the conclusion of the lengthy series. Would people still tune in if only Matt and Amy, along with their significant others, appeared, excluding any of the Roloff children? Matt Roloff recently expressed his contentment over a temporary hiatus from the show and indicated his openness to discussing the producer's plans should the series be revived for a 27th season.